What's up guys, it's Jay with Bearded Dad Fishing, and today we're talking about the best kayaks for big anglers in 2025. If you're a bigger guy like me, then you know it's hard to find a kayak that checks off all the boxes: weight capacity, stability, and comfort. And this time I'm including some brand new kayak releases as well as some old favorites that are still performing at the top. And make sure you stick around to the end because we're going to be looking at the kayaks with the highest weight capacities as well as some honorable mentions. But first, dad joke of the day. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. And that dad joke is brought to us by Justin Sipnicki of the Facebook group Kayak Fishing Dads. If you're not part of the group, head on over to Facebook and join the conversation. Before we get into the list, I just want to give you guys a quick note about weight capacities. They vary greatly from manufacturer to manufacturer, and unfortunately in this industry, there's no true industry standard for determining what the true weight capacity of a kayak should be. Generally speaking, it's the weight of the kayak subtracted from the weight capacity. So if it's a weight capacity of 600 pounds and your kayak weighs 100 pounds, the true weight capacity should be 500 pounds. Some manufacturers say, no, our weight capacity includes already the weight of the kayak subtracted out. Some say this is the weight capacity and this is the usable weight capacity. And some don't say anything at all. So unfortunately, there's no true industry standard. And because of that, it's important to always try a kayak before you commit to buying it so that you know it's something that you feel comfortable in, something that's stable for you and your style of fishing. And the first one on our list is the Old Town Sportsman PDL 120 Pro. This kayak is 12 feet long, 36 inches wide, has a hull weight of 131 pounds, a weight capacity of 564 pounds, but a usable weight capacity of 420 pounds. And this kayak is $3,499. First of all, shout out to Old Town for giving us the true usable weight capacity. That's a big deal. But this kayak is the newest kayak in the Sportsman lineup of kayaks. The 120 Pro, though, brings a lot to the table that is not found on the regular PDL 120. One of the coolest things is that it's available in a PDL or ePDL drive configuration. So the ePDL is basically e-bike technology on a kayak. You can either fully manually pedal the kayak, you can do a hybrid power assisted where it gives you a little bit of a boost, or you could do a fully motorized ride on your kayak. This kayak has a huge deck space, a lot of room. They really widened out the hull without adding to the actual width because they thinned out the gunnels on this kayak. So you have a lot of space if your style of fishing is standing, moving around a little bit, and you get a ton of storage as well. So it has a huge front hatch as well as a massive rear tank well. One of the huge upgrades is that this kayak has horizontal rod storage. You can fit 2 rods on either side of you on the kayak. So 4 rods at your feet, plus whatever you have in your tackle crate. Where this kayak really shines is that it was made for rigging. It has 2 mounts on the back of the kayak, either for stern mounted motor, for shallow water anchors, and it has one on the bow as well, so you can throw a bow mounted trolling motor. And did I mention rails? Because this kayak has a ton of rails. It has 3 feet of rails on the front on either side, plus 3 feet in the rear. So you're talking about a total of 6 feet, 6 feet, and a 6-inch track on the front of the kayak as well. So tons of rooms for customization and putting things exactly where you want them. And kayak number 2 on our list is the NuCanoe U10. Now this kayak is 10 foot, 10 inches long, 41 inches wide, weighs 72 pounds, has a weight capacity of 500 pounds, and comes in at $1,649. And in case you guys missed it, 72 pounds, yes, that's accurate. This is the lightest kayak on our list, as well as the shortest at under 11 feet long. So if you're looking for a true throw and go kayak, something you can throw on your rooftop in the bed of your truck, and something that can handle a higher weight capacity, this is your kayak. That is truly something rare to find a kayak that has a higher weight capacity and a lower hull weight or length. One of the things that makes this kayak really stand out as well is that it's meant for paddling. So it paddles really well, but you can also upgrade to the NuCanoe pivot drive, making it a pedal kayak, or you can motorize it because NuCanoes are known to be easily motorized, either bow mounted or stern mounted with a motor. So this is truly one of those kayaks that you can cater it to your specific needs. This kayak also comes with a 360 Fusion seat, which is a full seat that you can turn around all the way in on the Kayak, which makes it great for guys that maybe have a little bit less flexibility and being able to turn around and grab their tackle or their rods that are behind them. NuCanoes are also well known for big open cockpit design, so you have a ton of space in front of you on this Kayak. A lot of room to accommodate your gear, to lay down rods, to accommodate your measuring boards, all sorts of space. And like I said, they're ready to be motorized. They have knockout plates that allow you to drill into the plates instead of drilling into the Kayak. So if you ever change your mind later on, you can replace the plate. And it has a ton of rails as well. Lots of spaces to accommodate your graphs, your gear, your extra rod holders, your cup holders, all that stuff. And if you want to buy this Kayak or any of the other kayaks on our list, I'm going to link it down to Eco Fishing down below, where you can find all of these kayaks and they can ship directly to your house as well. And kayak number 3 on our list is the Native Titan X 12.5. Now this kayak is 12 foot, 8 inches long, 40 inches wide, has a hull weight of 172 pounds, with a weight capacity of 500 pounds and a price of $3,699. This is a huge kayak at 172 pounds assembled. It is a very heavy but full-featured kayak. This kayak does come with a Propel pedal drive, but you can easily motorize it as well. It also has 360 seating, the Pivot Pro seat. Extremely comfortable, super nimble. Again, great for guys that might not have as much flexibility to be able to turn around, grab a rod, grab some tackle right behind them. Now, when it comes to storage, this Kayak has it in spades. You have the front hatch, you have the rear tank well, you have horizontal rod storage, you have center hole access, allowing you to wire and rig things easier. You also have the under seat drawer for additional tackle, for additional gear to take with you on the water. As far as rigging is concerned, this Kayak is made for it. You have the power link plates, which allow you to run wires without drilling into the actual Kayak. It's ready for a motor both on the bow and on the stern of the Kayak, as well as shallow water anchors. You have a ton of rails everywhere on this Kayak, and you have a stern battery compartment as well to keep your battery nice and dry. And Kayak number 4 is the Old Town Sportsman Autopilot 136. Now this Kayak is 13 feet 6 inches long, 37 inches wide, has a fully assembled weight of 158 pounds, a weight capacity of 660 pounds, but a usable weight capacity of 512 pounds. And it comes in at $4,999. Now this is one of the most expensive kayaks on this list, and at $5,000, it definitely costs a pretty penny. But this kayak set the scene for motorization in kayaks when it released several years ago. As far as out-of-the-box ready motorized kayaks, this is probably one of the best ones you can get. It comes with the motor, it comes everything ready to go on the spot. And in addition to that, I do think that this kayak is one of the top stable kayaks on the market today, regardless of weight capacity. It is incredibly stable. Like I said, it comes out of the box with a motor. It's the Minn Kota iPilot 45 pound thrust motor. And 45 pound thrust is not a ton of power, but for what it lacks for in speed, it makes up for in practicality and function. It has spot lock in this motor, which allows you to anchor in place by hitting a button on your remote. It's incredibly intuitive, super useful if you're fishing big water, if you're fishing anything with wakes, with wind. It keeps you locked in place, allowing you to really tear a little spot up without having to worry about the wind moving you around or adjusting your pedal drive. It has a huge open deck as well, about 3.5 feet from where your seat is to the motor, and you can accommodate things on either side. You could accommodate things along the rails as well. As far as storage goes, there's no front hatch on this kayak. It's just a small access port, but the tank well makes up for it in space because it's a ton of room on the tank well. Guys can easily fit 2 Blackpack Pros back there to make up for that space. It also has a battery compartment for the trolling motor under your seat, and it has side tackle storage as well. You can fit a couple of 3600 boxes on the side of you. It also has 4 flush mounted rod holders, 2 rear facing and 2 forward facing. And kayak number 5 is the Bonafide XTR 130. This kayak is 12 foot 7 inches long, 40.5 inches wide, weighs 170 pounds, has a weight capacity of 730 pounds, but a usable weight capacity of 560 pounds, and a price of $2,899. Now, when this kayak first came out last year, it almost broke the internet, arguably because it's just at that line of not being a kayak anymore. And it's almost like a kayak and a bass boat had a baby and the XTR 130 was born. It's absolutely massive. It weighs a ton at 170 pounds, but it has a huge weight capacity, and it's the only kayak on this list that's made for more than one angler, because you can easily put in a second seat as well. If you're using it solo, then it has a front standing deck, or an upper deck as they call it, where you can use it to sight fish, to cast, almost like a bass boat. As far as storage goes, it has 2 front hatches in that upper deck. It has one for your storage, for your gear, for your front battery, for your, if you add a trolling motor on the bow. And it also has a compartment right behind that where you can accommodate another battery or some more gear and tackle. As far as rigging goes, don't get me started. This kayak is made to be rigged and just blown out of proportion with everything you can add on it. I've seen some crazy builds with guys that have everything you can think of on this kayak, where it looks even bigger and badder than some of these boats on the market. It's just made for it, from the power plates where you don't have to drill into the kayak, for the transducer mounts, to all the rails everywhere. It's extremely customizable. Of course, the bow and the stern are motor ready, and you also have that awesome Pivot Pro seat as well that gives you that full 360-degree motion. This is not your dad's kayak in any shape or form. This is why it almost broke the internet. This is an amazing platform, especially for bigger anglers or if you want to take multiple people with you. And kayak number 6 is the NuCanoe Unlimited. This is a fan favorite and has been around for a while. This kayak is 12 foot 6 inches long, 41 inches wide, weighs 80 pounds, and has a weight capacity of 600 pounds, and the price is $1,899. So because this kayak has been around for several years at this point, there's a ton of builds online. A lot of guys love this kayak. The stability is there. It's one of the first really stable big boy kayaks to hit the market. It's extremely customizable. It has a ton of rails, almost 22 feet of rail space on this kayak. Talk about customizing and putting things where you want it. This kayak has a bunch of rails allowing you to make it what you want. It also has the wiring plates as well, allowing you to not have to drill into the kayak. And perhaps one of my favorite things, just like the NuCanoe U10, is that you can choose your poison. Do you want to paddle, do you want to pedal, or do you want to power this kayak? Now, I will say a lot of guys decide to power this kayak because you can easily add a trolling motor to the front. You can easily add a motor to the back. It's fantastic on rivers as well as big water. There's not a whole lot of all around stable, can do it all kayaks, but this is one of the closest ones that hit all the points for most people. And on theme with a lot of the other kayaks on this list, it has a 360 seat. They call it the 360 Fusion. Sits high up, incredibly comfortable, a lot of mobility. It has a huge cockpit design as well, so you can add that gear pod if you want, or you could just leave the open deck space. A lot of guys that fish tournaments will choose this kayak because they can lay all their rods down in front of them and it's easier to maneuver on this kayak. And don't forget, you can buy all these kayaks at Eco Fishing. I've linked them down below in the description. And kayak number 7 on our list is the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro 128. Now this kayak is 12 foot 6 inches long, 38 inches wide, has a hull weight of 158 pounds with a stated weight capacity of 800 pounds and a usable weight capacity of 642 pounds. And this kayak costs $2,399. When this kayak came out, it won the 2024 ICAST Best of Show in the Boats and Watercraft category. And this kayak has storage on storage on storage, a ton of storage. So it's really good if you like to take a lot with you on the water or if you like to go for extended trips. It has a huge open deck space in front of you, big cockpit design, which a lot of these kayaks do because that's what the market wants, especially in these bigger kayaks. So you have that front hatch, which is accessible even if you have that front trolling motor in the up position. You can still access it because of the angle that it's cut at. You also have a battery / gear storage compartment right in front of that. So you have essentially 2 front hatches for your gear, for your battery, for rigging up. Of course, you have that rear access point as well so that you can wire everything up. And you have rails on rails. There's a ton of rails on this kayak. Again, a common theme with a lot of these bigger kayaks, but I love that they didn't forget to add rail space. And of course, your shallow water mounts on the stern as well. And Wilderness System also includes that 360 seat. It's called the Air Pro Aces seat, allowing you to have that full mobility when you're on the water. One of the standout features about this kayak is that at the price point that it comes at, under $2,500, it has a lot of features. So it's feature rich without being a high budget kayak system. So if you're really looking for that high stability, high riggability, high customization, and being under that price point, this might be the kayak for you. Like I promised, we have 3 honorable mentions. The first one is the Bonafide PWR 129. This kayak is 12 foot 9 inches long, 35 inches wide, has a hull weight of 102 pounds with a weight capacity of 500 pounds and a usable weight capacity of 398 pounds, and comes in at a price of $1,999. Now this is a great kayak, especially at the price point that it comes in. It can be paddled, but it's really rigged up for motorization. You can easily add a motor on the bow, you can add a motor on the stern, like a lot of these other kayaks, but they do it in a way that makes it easy and streamlined for rigging. And of course, lots of storage as well. You got space for your boards, you have underseat storage, you have a great front hatch, a rear tank well, lots of great storage options, especially at coming in at a price point of under $2,000. Our second honorable mention is the Three Waters Big Fish 108 PDL. This kayak is 11 foot long, 38 inches wide, has a hull weight of 135 pounds without the drive, a weight capacity of 450 pounds, and comes in at $1,699. If you're looking for a budget pedal drive kayak, this is your kayak. One that has a high weight capacity and has a pedal drive that actually performs well. You get lots of storage on this kayak. You get your front and your rear tank wells. You get your front hatch, a lot of rails. You get the easy rider seat, which is adjustable up and down, front and back, allowing you to customize your seating position, and a stern motor mount if you want to motorize later on. And the last honorable mention is the Crescent CK2 Venture. This kayak is 13 feet long, 35 inches wide, has a hull weight of 85 pounds, with a weight capacity of 600 pounds, and a price point of $1,699. This kayak was built on the Crescent Crew hull. The Crew came out, high weight capacity, multiple seating options, and people started using it and rigging it out for fishing. So they made this one very similar hull design, but with some features that anglers would enjoy. One thing to keep in mind about the Crescent is that it is made for paddling. All of their kayaks are made with paddling in mind. They're agile kayaks and they're great for paddling. They move and cut through the water where you don't have to motorize it because you're lugging around a big barge of a kayak. And if you guys thought this video was helpful, YouTube thinks you might like this one right here. So till next time guys, peace and God bless.